Thank you for listening to Drafty Quarters Podcast Network. This is our special Cyberpunk edition of DQP Does. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at DraftyQ. Search YouTube for Drafty Quarters Podcast Network. Facebook, it's Drafty Quarters Productions. You can become a patron on Patreon by searching Drafty Quarters Productions. You can subscribe for just $1. You can also email us at draftyq@gmail.com, your question, concerns, or notes. Or if you just want to shoot the shit, go ahead and hit us up. Thanks for listening. Welcome back to DQP Does, the Drafty Quarters Podcast Network movie review show, where we go in and out of fake reality at a whim, and, you know, there's no reason for us to talk about if we're at the correct broadcast depth or not, or, you know, even having to actually be in physical contact with the internet to be able to do such a thing. With me this evening is Russell, my co-host.
That was mildly convoluted, kind of like this series.
Yeah, I know. And we got Nathan.
I'm sorry, I was just reading about Russell's financial woes on Facebook.
Okay.
Whoa.
Russell, you posting about your financial woes on Facebook?
Nope. Okay. Also, I'm pissed about that, so thanks.
Let's start over.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
I also have Nathan.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Okay, we don't have to edit that. I'm not actually pissed about it.
Oh, leave that in.
Yeah,
Two Nathans.
leave it all in. We got two Nathans.
Oh, fuck. We got Dave.
Hey, it's just one Dave.
Just one Dave. Wow. This week we're going over The Matrix Revolutions.
And that summed it all up.
Revolutions? Nope, that's not the right one. Is it? Yeah, it is. Revolutions. Name of the movie.
No.
What?
What?
That's how I felt this whole movie. 2003, rated R, 2 hours and 9 minutes of pure fucking tripe. Like, what the fucking bullshit was this goddamn movie? I'm not even going to try to sum it up.
Not going to even attempt it.
No, I mean...
You want to do a rundown?
Oh, God, fuck this movie.
I'll do a rundown.
No, God, it's going to be like 2 hours and 10 minutes.
I mean, that's how long it takes to properly explain this movie.
No!
It's true.
So, it starts with, like, add a fast-forward noise here.
Yeah.
All right, and then Keanu Reeves and Hugo Weaving get into this epic-style Dragon Ball Z fight, and Keanu Reeves wins because of story writing stuff.
Choice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that pretty much sums it up, right?
Yeah, totally. In other words, garbage.
Yeah.
Good episode.
No, man. Best movie
This
ever.
is great. Are we rating it now?
Oh, you meant the episode of the podcast. I thought you meant the epic and third installment of
Oh, God.
the only trilogy that has ever had 3 good movies in it.
That tracks.
There's a lot of fucking sarcasm coming from that side of the table today.
I'm just goating Nathan, waiting for him to go off.
right now.
Nathan might explode.
Well, good thing we got a backup, Nathan.
Yeah, two of them today.
Boom.
Two Nathans.
Which one's the good? Which was the bad one?
I don't know. One just popped though.
The good one exploded. You're stuck with me. You said the best trilogy ever. I know you're lying because literally there's been so many other trilogies that are hot garbage that are better than this shit. Any of the Hobbit trilogies. Yeah, like the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh, whoa, hold on.
Like,
This is actually better than the Hobbit trilogy.
No, it's not. I actually enjoyed watching the Hobbit trilogy.
Same.
Well, no, time out. I don't want to say that. That shouldn't be on like air. No, I halfway enjoyed the Hobbit trilogy, and it's still more than I enjoyed any of the hot garbage I've watched with Keanu Reeves for the last 3 fucking weeks.
Well,
The first movie
one
was fine.
Okay, all right.
Only good thing about the second one and the third one is Hugo. That's fucking it.
And there was like no Hugo in the second one.
Like the storyline
Wasn't
makes
enough.
no sense whatsoever. I know what I have to do. I'm gonna steal the ship and drive off to the Machine City.
Whoa.
And then get blinded. And then I'm gonna talk to a bunch of sentinels that look like the face of an ugly Gerber baby. Then I'm gonna fight Mr. Smith and die or live. I don't know what the fuck happened. And you know what? I don't even care.
you know exactly what happened. You just said it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what happened after that, and I don't care. They just brokered a peace deal. The machines are like, I mean, we made a deal.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah, just, you guys live in the sewers of the fucking earth, and in the bowels of the earth, in the fucking middle of it, and it's cool. We'll just.
I didn't know Stallone was in this movie.
Sorry, I'm just
Neither did
really
he.
flustered.
Yeah.
I mean, he's covered in the gore of his other self, so I mean,
That's true.
I understand
That's
why
true.
he's upset.
Yeah, I'm sticky.
I'm sticky too, but for different reasons.
I don't know what to do with my hands either, dude.
Okay, let's talk about good stuff about the movie.
And we're done.
Yeah. Good podcast, guys.
Jesus, some sort of credit. I stayed awake to this one.
Wow.
I didn't admit it last time, but I totally fell asleep through parts of the second movie. But I stayed awake on this one.
Yeah. Yeah. So this movie is actually worse than I remembered it being.
Yeah.
I am
Like
so
the whole
glad
time we
you
were
have
watching it,
honesty.
You're like, where's the Smith fight? Where's the fucking Smith fight? I'm pretty sure that's the only part I like about this movie. Where's the Smith fight? And then it's like 15 minutes at the end of the movie, and then it's not even actually good.
It wasn't that great of a fight.
Well, I still liked that fight. For one particular reason.
Okay.
Well, 2 particular reasons. Okay. That fight compared to what we get nowadays, not that good.
No,
But
that's different.
that fight is so superhero anime-esque ridiculous, like in a time
I'll give it
before
that.
we were getting those kinds of fights.
Yeah.
Like that fight was,
It was Man
Like-
of Steel.
yeah, but years
True.
before.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons I liked the
That
fight.
was a little bit of hyperbole. That probably was the best part of the movie.
Yeah. And then I love all of the water work with them fighting, and because it's raining and all of like when they hit each other and it creates a bubble because of all of the pressure of the punch or the
Yeah.
vibration or whatever. So I just love that whole fight. That fight's really good. I love Hugo Weaving in that, like throughout the movie. I love Hugo.
Yes.
And I want to talk about that guy that Hugo infects in the real world, quote unquote, the real world, because I'm convinced they're also they're in a simulation, like that Rick and Morty episode.
yeah.
And then 4 is going to come out and confirm that they're in a simulation, also in a simulation. But
It's a lot of simulations.
But they can't look at your dick.
Oh, Rick and Morty is better than any Matrix movie.
It's better than most movies, honestly.
That's
it's
true.
unfortunate. But continue.
So that fight scene is, I think, one of the best things. And then the guy that Smith infects in the real world, doing an impersonation of Hugo Weaving, I thought was the best acting in the entire trilogy from this random dude I had never seen or heard of.
This is Hugo Weaving and a bunch of prosthetics.
Yep.
Dude, I
It's his
wouldn't be
brother,
surprised.
Robert.
Robert Weaving.
Yeah, Robert Weaving.
But also, I want to know why we haven't gotten a Jack Nicholson Hugo Weaving movie.
Whoa.
Because I would love to see them.
So much
Together.
facial expressions.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, so Jack Nicholson plays the older version of a character, and Hugo Weaving plays the younger version of a character. Well, not so much young now, but
I was getting ready to say, what? Madcap.
Who does Christian Slater play? Because he also fits in that.
he plays the evil twin.
Ah,
Yeah, and he's Christian Slater in both timelines
I like that.
because it involves time travel.
I'm sold.
And Christian Slater is a time traveler.
Okay.
There's a whole lot of squinting in that movie.
Oh fuck, we gotta include French Stewart then.
Yes.
He's Christian Slater's sidekick.
Are you writing this down?
It's recorded.
Yeah,
All right,
we're
good. All right,
recording.
we're good. No.
Somebody out there write this down and email it back to us at draftyq@gmail.com.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, we got a reply about the what alien Bill from Indy was talking about.
Oh, do we?
I don't know if he emailed it to us or not.
I don't have an email.
Okay, he just said he meant Alien, like the
Like the first Alien?
like the Alien movies
Okay.
Oh, nice.
is what he wanted us to do.
Thanks, Bill from Indy.
Yes,
Okay. We should do those.
he said, "I'm glad I listened to the upgrade episode, even though I haven't watched this movie. Here is my answer."
He should watch that movie. It's a great movie.
It is a great movie.
Yeah, I don't know about great, but it's good. Definitely better than whatever it was we watched
It's a
before.
gem. So, should we talk about in this episode, like we sort of talked about it in the first Matrix episode, but like now we've watched the other two movies,
Mm.
and like while I do applaud the Matrix first movie in itself, and I mean I guess kind of the trilogy for laying some basic foundation for furthering the sci-fi genre,
Yeah,
because they were all big hits. And the thing I did like about Reloaded and Revolutions, if I do remember correctly, they released 6 months apart, I think,
it was rather rapid fire as far as the movies went.
because I'm pretty sure they filmed them both at the same time or relatively close, and then like cut them up and released them pretty close together.
Revolutions was 2003. Reloaded was also 2003.
Yeah, so they did the 6 months thing. But prior to watching the Matrix movie, we were like we had previously talked about how it was like, good as a whole, and then we watched it and we were like, this movie isn't like a standalone movie. You can tell that this movie needs sequels. Now we finished the trilogy, like, would you still put The Matrix as high on the pedestal that we had previously placed it after watching these movies?
Okay, I'm going to say yes, because it is still a really good movie despite the utter failure of the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I would agree with that.
I think that movie is so good that it defies the shittiness of the other two movies. Like, even though it without the other two shitty movies, the story is incomplete.
Yeah.
I think it's still a fantastic movie.
Okay.
Like, if they could have fit some version of their story or made it a little more simple and make sense and fit it into the first movie, it probably would have been one of the best movies ever.
Yeah.
It's still, in the top 100 probably, but it's not in the top 10
Yeah.
where it could have been.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Nathan, you looked like you had something to say about that.
Sure. The movie standalone by itself, fantastic. Okay. Now, when you put it together as a trilogy, it's like a bunch of really great foreplay and then like the worst fucking sex possible. No. It drags the movie down. Like it's like, oh man, this movie's really great, and then you know that it's not going anywhere good.
Yeah.
Like at all. It made me sad. Like, just so sad.
Oh, don't be sad, buddy. I'll hug you.
I think he needs one.
No.
I'll hug you. I'll hug you wherever, whenever.
Whoa. Thanks, Dave.
Here to help.
Good.
I think you meant like place, not like
Yeah, not like
on your body.
Oh. I was gonna be
hug
like,
your penis.
well, I'm positive, COVID positive. Ha. So
Yeah.
no, stay away.
He didn't offer you a Weinstein hug.
I don't want to be associated with Weinstein.
I'm saying you didn't offer
Did they
him
have
a
something to do with
Weinstein
these
hug.
movies?
I
mean,
know.
it feels like a big
Uh,
Weinstein hug.
We're independent contractors. We can trash whoever we want.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're the bad boys of the movie world.
We're so fucking far removed from the movie world.
Hey, I was in a movie, sort of.
Was it a home movie?
Yeah.
So, Dave, what do you think? Do you think The Matrix being a part of this trilogy detracts from the movie itself?
I think a little bit. Like I agree with Shane. The first movie is really good, and I haven't like watching it again with you guys, like not with you guys, but for the podcast.
Yeah.
Reminded how much I enjoyed that first movie, and I've never seen the second and third, so I kind of got that newer perspective on it. And I think the second and the third kind of detract a little bit from the first, but as a standalone, yeah, the first one's great. Second, third,
Yeah. So I think one of the big problems is they switched the tint, like because the first movie is like mostly like a blue tint, and then the other two movies have like a primary green tint across. No,
I thought they were all kind of green. They look green to me.
they couldn't decide on a style because the first movie you get a little bit of kung fu. The second movie is like kung fu movie. Like,
Yeah.
it's flat out. The third movie is like, we forgot how to do kung fu, so we shoot at everything. And then you get the Smith and Keanu Reeves fight, which still is like a superhero fight. It's not even a kung fu
Well, the
fight.
kung fu parts are good. I think those are the parts that I enjoy more of that fight, where they're like actually fighting, not like flying
Yeah.
at each other and making
Doing
the
like
rain
kung fu
bubbles.
moves and stuff.
Oh, I love the rain bubbles.
See, like they did it once, and I was like, "That's cool," and they did it again, and I was like, "You're gonna do it again, aren't you?" And they did.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Well, they did it. They did it probably several times, and I thought each time it got better.
"Wow."
And there's only one part in the fight where the CG was like really bad. I thought.
When
But-
Smith is like up real close in the foreground and by himself, and he like does that weird like readjust his suit and then flies back at
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I knew
part
exactly
was
what
real
part
bad.
you were talking about. Looks like fucking ass.
But so the style changes throughout, and like there's a couple things in the second and third movie where I thought they were really they were trying too hard to make it culty. Like when someone talks about the Lord of the Rings, like if you've ever heard Stephen Colbert talk about the Lord of the Rings books, like he knows everything, and there's so many ambiguous characters.
Yeah.
Or Star Wars, like what Boba Fett used to be, like he had like 5 lines, so he was like this big mysterious character.
Yeah,
and-
now everybody's obsessed with like a random clone trooper.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rex.
Rex.
Yeah.
Cody's
so,
one
like,
too.
Yeah, Cody's another one. So like you have these big series and they just have all of this like background lore, but you have to do it right. Like so one of the things that
I've had this exact feeling about this movie.
did you?
Yes.
Like when they're talking, so when they're like he's like, who's the train man? And he says
Mhm.
he works for the French man.
Yeah.
And like that whole scene, I was like, you're trying, like, I get what you're going for, but like you're trying too hard and there's not enough of it.
Yeah.
Like they just tried to add like this whole rich background, but then they elaborated. Like that was the thing that was driving me nuts, was like none of it was left up to like
Yeah.
ambiguity.
The beautiful
Yeah.
part about like Star Wars and shit is like that they would introduce characters and they would have like a small part to play, but they weren't super important. They weren't pivotal.
Yeah.
They helped the heroes do the thing.
Yeah.
And then they weren't really like their backstory wasn't like explained at all. It was just like, you know, that guy looks like a fucking calamari. He said it's a trap. That's cool. And then everybody's like, yeah, let's fucking write a book about him or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You know, they said his name, he did a couple things. They weren't like, you know, they didn't go into his backstory. Where like this, they're like, if this person, this random character that gets introduced in the second act of the third movie doesn't shoot a rocket at the drill thing, then all the humans die. Who the fuck is that person?
Yeah.
Why are they so important? And why have they not been introduced before this so that it makes sense and it feels good when they do the thing that helps the heroes win?
Yeah.
Or they are a
bad
hero
when they die.
Right, or feel bad when they die. It's like they kept doing that shit after the first movie. The first movie, they had a smaller cast and they knew what they were doing with it. And then once they got to their bigger world and they got the bigger cast, they got lost.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. They knew how to write the small, intimate story.
Yeah.
They didn't know what the fuck. They had never played an RPG before.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm convinced of. Or they had only been players in an RPG and never DM'd.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. 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 If you've never DM'd or GM'd or however you want to say it, a game, and like you might have a hard time writing a large world ensemble cast movie.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And
they should have
isn't
played more
like-
D&D.
Yeah, they should have played more D&D.
Yeah. And I feel like that's pretty much that, like that for that whole series. Like you hit the nail on the head. It took us 3 episodes to get there, but they got into the larger universe and got lost.
Yeah. I think that's what happened.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I played the Matrix Reloaded video game when it came out, where you play as I think you play as Ghost and Cypher. Not Cypher.
Niobe.
I
thought Niobe was in it. I never played it.
Yeah,
but...
Ghost and Niobe.
Okay.
That's who you play as. Not voiced by Jada Pinkett Smith.
She was entangled.
What a great tie-in where you can't have your lead character fucking voice the character that...
Oh, I don't know if it was or wasn't. I was just...
I'm probably not.
Yeah, it was also like the early 2000s, like 2002.
I remember that game.
Weren't into video games then.
Yeah, it was actually a really good video game. And the thing that I thought was cool about the video game was that you do things that are relative to the movie. So like the background stuff they talk about Niobe doing, like I think it takes place between 2 and 3. So like
when she goes to see the Oracle,
when she
and
goes
stuff.
and when she does all that, the stuff you don't see her do in the movie that they talk about is what you do in the game. And then like Ghost Ghost isn't even in the movies, but
yeah, he is.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
he's
her co-pilot, and then he's the one that goes. They have like 2 or 3 scenes with him, but they never like he was actually sort of done like Star Wars would do a character.
Yeah.
He's mentioned multiple times. He shows up once. He does some good, but they don't delve into it. He's just like kind of goes away.
Yeah.
He was sitting there when they were going through the mechanical, and then when the Sentinels came after them, she was like, "Ghost, you're our best gunner. Go help them." And he runs back there, and they even like zoomed in on him once when he's shooting. Like that was it. That's all they gave him.
Yeah.
Nathan, what you got?
Video game was called Enter the Matrix.
Yeah, Enter the Matrix.
She did voice Niobe.
She did.
Did she voice Niobe?
2003.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Other people that lent their voices. The Oracle, Mary Alice.
Oh yeah, I meant to look up why that character,
She
the
died.
actor. Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the original lady. Well, let me look her up. Give her proper.
The Monica Bellucca, Persephone.
Yeah.
She also lent her voice to this game.
Nice.
Let's see.
That's all I'm really seeing. Oh wait, Lawrence Fishburne was in it.
Oh, where's she at?
So did Carrie Ann Moss.
Gloria Foster. was the original Oracle, and she died in 2001.
Oh, wow.
So halfway through filming, I imagine, of Reloaded and Revolutions, because she was in Reloaded.
Yeah.
And then the lady that played her in Revolutions was Mary Alice, like Nathan said.
I liked that they were able to come up with a way to address the change in actress. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But now I'm sad for knowing why they had to do that.
Yeah, there was a big deal about it when those movies were coming out, because I remember those were coming out while we were at the academy, and we watched all the stuff about Reloaded. We actually watched it during our like computer programming class. We watched like all the special features about Reloaded, like about the special effects and to see if we could figure out how to get the fuck out of the Matrix.
Yeah.
But
Makes
no,
sense.
and then it was just like, it's a shitty movie. Too bad that old lady died. I mean, it's basically what I learned.
Yeah.
I want to apologize.
Why?
I feel like I crap on Russell's favorite movies. You just need to like better movies, bud. So I'm sorry.
Have I yet to come out and say that I hate all of these movies?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
you said that you.
Oh yeah, I asked you guys and then never answered.
Yeah.
So after rewatching the first Matrix, it's good if it's the only one you watch, I guess. But like after continuing to watch the story unfold, like all three of these movies are like, I don't know. I just what? Like it aggravates me because there's so much good material here and they had a really good idea and they just couldn't get it. Like they couldn't capitalize on it. It's like that annoys me because like this could have been what I was saying with like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and stuff is this could have been one of those things that like nerds still sitting in the back room of a comic book shop argue over which character could take which character and who was actually the one, because they also didn't really they did the so this is where the Kylo and Rey thing started because Agent Smith and Neo are two sides of the same coin. Oh man. So
but I mean, it was done better in this than it was in those fucking movies, at least. Because it's like it makes sense in this movie, as opposed to like it's just like the Force just balances itself. Then what the fuck did we need Anakin to balance the Force for? But anyway,
everything was too good.
Yeah.
Huh?
And everything was too good. Anakin had to balance the bad.
Yeah, but if it balances itself, then what do you need someone to balance it for?
Well, you gotta get it going first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to prime it.
Oh, well, so like later it learned, and then it was like, I don't need primed anymore. I'll just give all these powers to Rey.
It's like that thing on my therapist's desk. You know, the little metal ball you pull, and then you let it go. And then it hits the ones, and then
Let's not talk about those Star Wars movies.
You're seeing a therapist?
Sex.
Wait, a sex therapist or just sex?
No, that's Nathan's new default response whenever you ask him a question that he doesn't want to answer. He just says sex.
I actually don't have a therapist because I don't want to pay for therapy.
Yeah.
Amen. That's what booze is for. I don't condone that.
Self-medication.
So, I don't know. Like, fuck all these movies. Like, even fuck the original. Like, I don't.
Okay.
I'm disappointed. I thought maybe I'd like it.
All right.
I don't.
You need to stop acting like you like shit.
You know what really
that's
disappointed
funny,
me?
though. What?
All the, like, super try-hard one-liners.
Oh, yeah. The dialogue's awful.
Yeah, the dialogue
it's like a
is
Zack Snyder
not
movie.
great.
fucking real bad in this.
Yeah.
like a Zack Snyder movie?
Yes, that's what he said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me and Russell are watching this, and I'm just like, I look over at him, and he looks at me, and we just like both cringe at the same time. Every time anyone like said anything, it's
Yeah.
just like, what the fuck? This is so bad.
Dude, they were obviously cash grabs.
I mean, ultimately, the way I guess I feel about this movie is that sometimes things change, but sometimes they stay the same. Why? Why did they say it so many times?
Knuckle up!
Oh, God. Okay, the first time he said it, I was like,
All right.
And then he said it again. Like,
And you're
what?
like, huh?
How do you knuckle up twice?
Yeah.
Like,
I thought Ken Shamrock was going to come out.
I wish you would have.
Oh,
and then
fuck.
it's just like Ken Shamrock taking on Sentinels.
And Ken Blackman shows up.
Yeah. Get out of my way! And
Or Steve
that would've been
Blackman.
better. It was Steve
Yeah.
Blackman.
yeah.
Also, really like the guy that just would scream and be non-coherent for a long time in the robot suit. To the point that I just going, ah!
Knuckle up guy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It was Knuckle Up guy. That's exactly how it went. He's right here.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Do you regret doing this movie? Sounds like a maybe.
That was bold of you to say that, sir. Really?
I was moved.
Can we kill this bit now?
No, drive it to the ground.
Look, I'm all about driving bits into the ground, but this one's going on too long.
Speaking of driving things into the ground, boy, this movie trilogy sure got drove into it.
And there was even a drill in this movie.
A couple of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two
All right.
drills.
Are you guys ready to rate this fucking trash heap?
I don't want to rate it.
So yes. Okay, I'm gonna give it a 4. Russell?
I want to talk about a movie that I watched yesterday morning that is new to Netflix.
Can we do that
And
after
it
we rate
is-
these?
This
Or does it have to do with your rating?
It has to do with my rating.
Okay.
It is called Concrete Cowboy. It stars Idris Elba.
Ooh.
He plays the father of a
Cinder block?
of a son that he has not seen for several years, and his son is going through a tumultuous time in his adolescent journey, and his mother tells him that he's going to go stay with his dad, and so he goes and gets dropped off at his dad, and his dad says, "You run the streets or you can stay in my house," and like keeps giving him this choice. And that is a choice. It's a movie about choice. So it's a good movie about choice. So then he ends up running the streets a little, and then trying to lie to his dad. And basically, essentially what the movie is about is it's about a black community that raises horses in Philadelphia. So if you did not know,
In the middle of the
in
city
the
of
streets
Philadelphia?
of Philadelphia, it has been legal to own horses for years. They raise horses in the middle of the fucking city, and they have stables.
The Italian Stallions.
And it was an interesting bit of information. And this movie, I would rate probably an 8.5. It's a really good movie. It's pretty heartfelt if you're into that kind of thing, and you should watch it instead of watching any of the Matrix movies.
Dude, I'm downloading it right now
It's good.
on the
It
Netflix
sounds
app.
pretty good.
It's really good. I liked it. It's like, I mean, Netflix is kind of like begging for an Oscar at this point, but like a couple of these
are they
movies actually
begging?
deserve it. Do
I
I?
think they're gonna succeed.
Dude, Malcolm and Marie should win fucking awards.
What the fuck does this have to do with Matrix?
You should watch the Concrete Cowboy instead of The Matrix. I said that part.
Okay.
I will rate Revolutions. I'm gonna give it a 4.
All right. Dave, what do you got for me?
So I'm going to give it an 8. Oh, I'm sorry. I was actually meant to give Sorority Babes at the Slime Bowl Bowl-orama an 8, which
Oh.
what I watched the other day.
Oh, okay.
That movie rules. It's classic 80s
We
trash.
both watched movies that were better than this movie
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah.
Go us, Dave.
Damn right, go us. But yeah, that movie rules. Matrix Revolution, however, I give it a 5.
Nathan, you don't want to rate it?
I'll rate it. It's fine. So I watched Young Rock on Hulu. Like about 6 episodes. I recommend watching that over watching any of these shitty Matrix movies because that was way more entertaining and fun. If I had to rate The Matrix on Shane's scale, I would give it a 1.
Damn.
Yeah.
1 out of 1.
No. -1. Fuck it. Wait. Yeah. -1. I stand by that.
-1 out of
Yeah.
-10.
Okay.
What?
Whatever you want to say. Those movies suck ass. But Young Rock's good, and you can find it on Hulu.
All right.
I don't just want to have Netflix plugged on here. They're not sponsors, and neither is Hulu.
No.
Yet.
Also, I want to watch this sorority babes. and
I'll watch it
slime
with you,
balls.
pal. Like I'll watch it again.
He doesn't give a fuck. He
Yeah.
wants to watch it right now.
I watch. Like I'm back on my bad movie bullshit. I watched that. I'm probably gonna watch
Name of a new
Microwave
podcast,
Massacre.
Dave's bad movie bullshit.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna pitch that movie after this. Pitch that podcast.
Okay. What was the other movie you were gonna watch?
I'm probably gonna watch Microwave Massacre again. That movie rules.
Massacre. They have great names.
Yep.
Porn?
The bad movies.
Dude, I would not watch a porn named Microwave Massacre.
No.
That sounds awful.
His name is Mike. Grow wave.
No, I feel like that's like I put my like sex doll pieces in the microwave for too long and melted my penis off.
Oh, I thought someone.
And then
Yeah.
they came alive.
I thought it was going to be like Weird Science.
That too, and then it killed
Yeah.
me and my family.
By fucking you.
Yeah, exactly, because it's still a porn.
Yeah.
This got weird.
Oh man.
I think when we watch bad movies, the episodes are better because we don't talk about the movie.
We don't talk about the movie either way.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Is this a movie podcast? I was wondering.
Yeah, it is. It's supposed to be.
4 dudes hanging out.
Well,
I like it.
Jesus Christ.
I actually did watch a movie,
What did you watch?
Chips.
Ooh.
Chips.
With Dax.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a good fucking movie.
I thought it was
pretty
going to be
funny.
the movie
I
with
thought it was
Shaq.
funny. Blue Chips.
That's a casino.
Blue Chip?
Blue chip.
That was the name of the fucking movie with Nick Nolte and Shaq.
It is. He's just being an asshole.
Are you guys talking about Steel? That's got Shaq in it.
Yes, it does.
Thanks
That movie
for
was better
listening.
than certain Superman movies.
Are we done? I didn't want to be done.
You didn't want to be done?
No, we're only at like 37 minutes.
We're higher than that.
Yeah, we are.
42.
Yeah, man.
So Bill from Indy wants us to watch an alien movie.
Yeah. I don't know if he wants us to watch all of them. At least maybe the first 2, because those are both good.
I'll watch the first 2, maybe the
Pretty
third.
sure 3's really good.
I don't
I thought if we
remember.
watch
I don't
some,
know
we
if
got to
I've
watch
seen
all
all
of them.
3.
Fuck
3's
it.
either the best or the
No.
worst. I don't remember.
That's not what happened
We
here.
started a precedence with the
That
fucking
is
shitty Matrix movies.
Not what fucking happened here.
Yeah.
I said absolutely not, and everyone else was like, "Well, let's give it a chance." And
Not
if it's
everyone
okay,
else, just
you.
Nathan.
You.
Don't give me the finger, Doom.
Russell's fault.
You suggested it, and I was like, yeah, I'll agree with Russell on something. And this is why I don't ever do that again.
You're welcome. We had a pleasant experience for 3 weeks.
What? No. I just
the
had a movie I
podcast,
had
not
to
while we
dread
watched the
watching every
fucking
week.
movie.
Well, next week Judge Dredd
Judge Dredd next week.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
with a special Stallone Stallone.
Sty Stallone.
Sty Stallone.
Sty Stallone. Yep, that's who we're gonna have on the show. Sty Stallone.
What about Frank Stallone? We gonna have him too?
I
love Sly Stamonis. It's fine.
I don't know who Frank Stallone is.
His brother?
Yeah.
Oh, he has a brother?
Yeah, he's in some pretty bad 80s movies.
There's and then
well, they're here already.
Wow. All right, well, thanks for listening. This has been DQP Does, where we watch the last movie in this trash trilogy. Buckle up.
This has been a production of the Drafty Quarters Podcast Network.